In 2012, Top Gear dropped a special called The Worst Car in the History of the World. The car they chose was this, the Lexus SC430.
The ride in this thing is absolutely diabolical.
Today, we're gonna find out why Top Gear crowned this the worst car ever by testing their complaints. Jeremy Clarkson had James May with him to test the car, so I figured it'd be appropriate if I brought my own James.
Is this thing as bad as they say, or are they just sleeping on this drop-top Lexus? Nolan, let's get into it.
Let's do it. Top Gear had 6 major complaints with the SC430.
The SC430 was Lexus's answer to the Grand Touring segment back in the early 2000s. This thing was meant to go head-to-head with cars like the Mercedes CLK 430 and even drew comparisons to the 911 Cabrio. In the early 2000s, retractable, hardtop convertible Grand Tours like this were all the rage among Bluetooth-wearing middle managers, and Lexus wanted a slice of that scrumptious Bluetooth pie.
They claim the 430 looks like a South of France yacht, but I'm not so sure.
So we went to the marina to see if we could find any resemblance.
The story goes that Lexus sent their engineers down to the French Riviera.
Oh, nice.
Very fancy place.
Yeah, one of the fanciest.
Yes, and they wanted their engineers to take in the vibe of luxury, of wealth, and of yachts. So specifically their complaint in the special was that it doesn't look like a yacht in any way.
Well, I'll take their word for it because Jeremy Clarkson definitely has more yacht experience than I do.
I've been on a boat maybe twice.
Definitely wasn't even a yacht.
No, it wasn't.
I mean, I see it. The back.
The back is very boat-like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that looks like the back of it.
The second one here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very
Doesn't it?
boat-like.
That looks a lot like an SC430.
Yeah.
I mean, the wheels are weird.
I love these wheels,
Yeah.
dude.
I mean, I think this would be a great VIP build. And depending on the angle, it kind of looks like an Infiniti had a baby with a Bentley. This line right here is very Bentley-esque. The front is a little Infiniti looking, and that's sort of where this car sits in the market.
It does look like a G37 in the front, now that
A
you
little
think about
bit,
it.
yeah. From the back though, yeah, I can definitely see the yacht influence.
Definitely.
Especially as you see that bird's eye maple.
Yeah.
I understand that this is a divisive car and I understand why it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I am surprised that there haven't been more people that have picked this as the weird car that they like, because it seems like every car has an enthusiast base.
Yeah.
Except for this one. It's not the best looking car in the world.
I hated these when they first came out.
When they first came out,
I thought
I
it was
think
the ugliest thing ever.
they were a lot weirder looking than they are now. I think they've actually aged kind of well.
I think there's a lot of moments on this car where on their own, you're like, that looks nice. That looks cool. There's certain angles where you look at it, especially with the top up, you get that silhouette. You're like, that is sweet. On the whole,
It's a little bloated. It's a little round.
Little blobby.
It's a little early 2000s
Yes.
maybe.
Yes.
But I do think it looks better now than when it first came out.
I agree.
Is the fact that this car doesn't have like a following, is it Top Gear's fault?
It might be.
Probably.
James, when it comes to their complaints about styling, is it top gear or bottom gear?
Top Gear. It's not a great looking car. It is super weird looking, especially with the top up.
Experience luxury. Experience beauty. Experience the Mother's Car Spa and Bathhouse. A therapeutic getaway for your hard-working whip. Let our team of certified automotive therapists give your car the full VIV experience. Pick from a range of therapeutic treatments, such as California Gold Instant Detox, to get toxins out of your car, leaving it refreshed and confident. Make your car's paint tingle with the exfoliating power of California Gold Carnauba Wash and Wax. It dissolves road grime, adds shine, and protects your paint without leaving unsightly spots. Now that's Mother's Clean. Then our California Gold Instant Detailer is great for quick touch-ups and deeper scrub downs. It works well with all kinds of paints, clear coats, and is a great lubricant. That special clay bar.
I brought my boss's truck there last summer and you wouldn't believe how good it shined. I did get fired though for stealing his truck.
Yes, friend, that's considered grand theft auto. But hey, you care for your skin, so why not care for your car's skin, the paint? Treat your vehicle right and give it that mother's love, mother's polish. It's a spa for your car. Click the link below to learn more.
It is funny that Top Gear didn't like the interior of this car.
Why did they do that and then put this wood in it? Because that's not light, is it?
It gets worse. Watch. More wood is on its way.
What sort of wood is
They
that?
claim it's maple.
Is it?
Easy.
I think this interior is super nice.
It's definitely aged pretty well.
Lexus interiors age really well. 23, 4 years later, this still feels like a good interior.
Yeah.
This is real wood.
Yep.
There's leather everywhere.
Yeah, Richard Hammond actually reviewed the car independently on Top Gear 10 years before the special, and he called the wood, it was like a cabinet you'd put your TV in.
Well, now you don't put your TV in any cabinets. Now, in 2025, just seeing wood at all is pretty insane.
pretty special.
Even in the most luxurious of luxury cars.
The speakers in this car at the time that it came out, the Mark Levinson system was one of the best sound systems you could buy on the market.
Yeah, you know it's a good speaker when it's got a guy's name on it.
Just a normal dude.
Mark Levinson. You're like, this is a car that your dad moves out to another state and you go and visit him for the first time and he has this and you're like, oh my God, that is so cool.
You like that the top goes down?
Yeah, the top goes down. Hard top, but it goes down. It's like a regular car, but then comes off.
Watch this.
And he makes you sit sideways in the back.
Yeah.
Because his new girlfriend is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Trisha.
Huh? I would also want to point out how quiet it is in here with the top down. Like we're speaking in normal voices. We're not trying to yell over the wind or anything.
No, they spent a lot of time engineering the cockpit to be quiet while you had the top down. This thing was intended to be driven with the top down. Speaking of which, I drove this with the top up yesterday, and it's like a night and day difference. When you have the top up, it feels kind of claustrophobic in here. It's depressing, honestly. I was really disappointed. And then you came over, we put the top down. I'm feeling great.
Hey dude, you get a convertible, you put the top down, you put your buddy in the passenger seat. That is a completely different experience than driving alone with a damn top up.
It's true.
I think that's a criticism of all convertibles. They kind of suck with the top up. I think they look worse from the outside.
Yeah.
They feel crappy on the inside. They're all dark.
I mean, that's how this car is. Even though the top is not a rag top, it's an aluminum top, which was very
cool.
It was very cool, but also ahead of its time as well. It was one of the only cars on the market that you could get with an aluminum hardtop. Top Gear had a big issue with how long it took the aluminum roof to go down, so we're gonna see if we think it's too long as well.
3, 2, 1, go. I mean, it's pretty slow, dude. It's pretty,
10 seconds
We're already
now.
at 10 seconds.
Okay. I can see where they're coming from on that one. They might have been on
We're
point.
still going. Still going.
And wait for the ding.
22.6 seconds. That's long.
And the car has to be in park, and there's a little divider in the trunk that has to be clicked into place, otherwise it won't go down. Look how small this trunk is. This is with the roof up. You have maybe enough space for a carry-on, but then with the divider, the roof is gonna be right here. This is all the space you have. That's not enough space for a golf bag. It's a hat. With the roof up, it's just not as good. It's funky looking. This butt, it has like a BBL. You know what I'm saying?
Interior wise, I think their opinion is straight bottom gear. This is one of the nicest interiors I've ever been in.
No, it's nice.
It is. It is.
All right, next on Top Gear's list of complaints about the SC430, the power and weight.
Under the bonnet, there's a 4.3 litre V8 which developed 300 horsepower. That's about half what it needs.
James, this thing weighs between 38 and 3,900 pounds. It's hefty.
It's a hunky dunky car.
As they called it porky to its face.
It looks heavy.
It does.
It's very bulbous.
But it feels hefty too when you're driving. But it feels solid too. It's probably not gonna go around the road course at record speed.
But that's not what this car was built for.
No.
So I think that's sort of a weird expectation to set for it. Like, this thing is very comfortable to drive. I was driving it earlier. It has one of the best V8s ever made. It's a $1 billion engine.
288 horsepower, I believe. Around 315 torques from a standstill. You're not gonna win any drag races in this thing. That power to weight ratio gives this car a similar 0-60 time as a Nissan 350Z. Oh, look at that.
Yo, 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 yo. That Top Gear is the worst car in the history of the world?
A 2003 Nissan 350Z. How convenient. He's kicking my ass. He got me. He got my ass. In the special, they say it needs twice the horsepower. Can you imagine this thing with like
600 horsepower?
600 horsepower?
That would be sick.
It would be
I would love that.
That'd be really cool. Okay, on that point then, I think I agree with them.
This thing with 500 horsepower would be a riot.
It'd be the best used car you could buy.
Yeah.
It'd be sick. Yeah, it'd be doing like a 4.5 second 0 to 60 probably. That'd be amazing. All right, next on Top Gear's list of complaints, the ride quality, James. While other outlets out there, like Motor Trend and Car and Driver, they actually really praised this car. They said it felt very good, comfortable and responsive, but Top Gear, they had nothing kind to say about the ride quality.
You have no idea what the front wheels are doing.
Yeah, but never mind that. Have you felt the ride?
I believe they said that it felt like a wet sponge on the road, and I don't think I agree with that.
No. The first thing I thought when I got behind the wheel was, dang, Lexuses are nice.
Yes.
Thing drives really well, and again, this one has about 170,000 miles on it, so I can only imagine when it was new it felt better.
Probably felt amazing.
Again, if you think of this thing like a big GT car, like a car that's just supposed to accelerate smoothly and maintain speeds of like 85 miles an hour, it's pretty freaking awesome.
But maybe Top Gear's biggest issue with this car, James, was the price. Back when this car debuted in 2002, it had a starting MSRP of $59,000, which translates to about $106,000 today.
More than a CLK.
Yes.
More than the Jaguar. About the same price as a Porsche 911.
Yes. Pricing's not really a big problem today, though. These things, you can find plenty of them for around $15K, even $10,000 with more miles. This thing's for sale for $10,000.
I remember when these came out, I was in like 8th grade or maybe high school, and I remember thinking, wow, that is an expensive car. And I don't remember that about any other car. The sole memory of a car being expensive is this car.
So when it comes to price, do you think Top Gear's criticism of the price is valid?
100% Top Gear opinion. The price in this thing, I think, was its Achilles heel. It was so expensive. It might have been a very expensive car to build. Top Gear's main point was Lexus really made a mistake building a car like this, and I gotta agree.
Which brings us to Top Gear's final criticism. You know, there are certainly worse cars throughout history, but the reason they chose this as their worst car of all was that they should have known better. For what it was just too expensive.
I agree with that take. I think that's a Top Gear take. It doesn't really do anything, and as one of the most successful car companies on the planet, you should have known better. Who is this for? I think it is the size of a Porsche 911, but it drives like a Lexus LS430. And if it were bigger, like a $60,000 Bentley, then we're talking. Then I know what it's for. But as is, it's just a little roadster that is for old people, but you can't fit a set of golf clubs in the back. Driving around in this thing, I felt like people were looking at me thinking, does he know that that's not fast? And that is not a good feeling to have.
All right, so do we think this is the worst car ever in history?
No.
No.
Not by a long shot, dude. Not even top 10.
No. Still love those Top Gear boys. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you follow James's channel, Speed with 3 E's. I was just in a video.
Dude, that's not why I'm here. That's not why I'm here, but subscribe to Speed with 3 E's.
See you guys next time.